Not a liver fan myself. That's cool. You know, you either like them or you hate them, whichever it is. I absolutely love liver. Any kind of liver. Yeah, definitely. You know, you love it or hate it. It's a kind of like that Marmite kind of situation. You either love them or hate them, but livers with mashed potato, gravy, and like onions is like, for me, it's a very much an old man's dish, but very, very tasty. Very good for you as well. Tried it at a restaurant. I worked once and took one bite and garbaged it. Still had to pay, obviously. What kind of livers did you have? Were they overcooked, or did you have, you know, sometimes you guys might have like a bad experience with livers. Maybe somebody's like overcooked them, or, you know, whichever it is. But they should be nice and creamy. Very creamy and very tasty. But, wow. Very delicious. No one wanted it either. I tried it. Oh yeah, I've already read that. Sorry. Marmite. You mean Vegemite? No, there's Marmite. Marmite is the peasant Vegemite. How are you doing, Richard Woolley? Welcome back. How are things with you? Powerface, thank you so much for that host. They were breaded. Oh, right. That's a new one on me. Breaded livers. Never tried them before. That's definitely a new one on me. But this is going into a pate. It's not just going to be like livers. We're going to blend them up with some onions and garlic. Some, you know. It's usually with butter and cream. We're not adding that though. And we're just going to blend them down. They're usually cooked very slowly. They're blended up raw and then cooked in a bain-marie in the oven. But we're not doing that as such. We're doing it slightly different today. Which I'm cooking the livers first. Then I'm going to blend them up with the onions. So, yeah, it's very tasty. I do like livers. You either love them or hate them, guys, you know, whichever. Recently, me myself, a blue rare steak for the first time. Pan-fried it in butter and all. It was amazing. Best steak I ever had. Won't ever have it in any way but blue now. Yeah, I mean, everyone's totally different for sure. You either like your steak blue or rare or whichever it is. Yes, steak is very delicious. Everyone's got different personal opinions, to be honest with you, how they want it cooked. Some people probably want it cooked very over well done, which, you know, I don't disagree with, but I don't at the end of the same time. Everyone's different, so they want to enjoy things differently. So, you know, you could very easily argue and stand there and say, yes, well done steak is very dry and horrible. And yes, I do agree, but at the end of the day, I still respect people. If they still want it like that, that's fine, you know. Everyone's got different tastes and everyone's got, like, you know, different things. But, you know, for sure, everyone's different. If everyone's the same, it'd be very boring, wouldn't it? But you should try these things. If you haven't tried liver, give them a go. I mean, I do know a lot of people might not like it or whichever. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to just do my stream on stuff that I like or stuff that people don't like, or do you know what I mean? I do a wide range of foods, and I like to do like from everything from, like, you know, even stuff that you might think you're not like. Maybe I'll change your mind. Maybe I'll give you a second chance with it and go, oh, actually, I might try that. Yeah, I'm in Canada. We had breaded livers. We like deep fried it for 3 minutes, then grilled it. It was weird. It wasn't very popular. Sounds like it's very overcooked from the sounds of it. If it's deep fried, it sounds very overcooked livers. So it tastes quite like very strong in irony flavour. Very, yeah, just like a overcooked pate, kind of so to speak. I'd kill to have some duck right now. I love duck. I could eat duck every day for the rest of my life. Or that, or lamb. Lamb's very delicious for sure. I don't mind cooked blue at home, but I never order it at the restaurant. That's fair enough. I mean, everyone's different, as I said, whichever it may be. Or venison. Venison's very tasty. It's very good as well. It's very lean meat. It's not much fat on venison, which is fantastic, which is what you want. So, just cooking these last little bits down. And I'm going to blend them up with the onions in here. I did want to cook a few mushrooms off actually to put in there to thicken it up as well. So that's done. This is going to be a very, very hot pan, so let's pop that straight in there. So I'm going to cook that down. We're going to get some mushrooms done as well. That's what I wanted to add. So I might add them to the onions and just cook them out a little bit. So I'm just going to knock that down a little bit. Get some mushrooms out. And we're going to cook a few of them off as well. So let me just grab some onions, mushrooms. I don't need a huge deal, but I just want a few. So when we blend this down into a nice little, kind of not puree as such, but we will see. So it's going to be set enough. I might have to put a bit of gelatin in to help set it a little bit, because for what I want to do with it, it's going to be a little bit different, to be honest. So look, how many mushrooms do I want? A few left over for what I want for Saturday. It's awesome. So let's have a look. Where is my knife? Is that behind me? Or what have I done with it? Oh, it's over here. I see it. Let's give this a bit of a wash. Why did you touch the food in the pan? It's hot. Because I can't really feel the heat very much on my fingers. After working as a chef for quite some time, you kind of get used to the heats of things. So, I mean, if you want to use a spoon or a fork or whatever, that's cool. But I can pick up foods with my fingers, so not too bad. Depending on how hot it is. If it's like so like, I don't know. Some things I can pick up and some things I can't. So, just dicing these up. Watch your fingers. Any ideas for a different style of eggs Benny, like combination that could work? I really recently had smoked salmon eggs Benny, which isn't too different, but it was super tasty. Any ideas? Yeah, there's like loads of different things you could do. You could do like maybe some crispy Parma ham with it if you really wanted to, or you know, maybe you can just change it up totally altogether and put some like have some like kind of spiced chicken on there with crushed avocado and then the egg on top and you know, hollandaise on that. Yeah, I suppose that would work, but you know, there's lots of combinations you can really try, to be honest with you. Chef confirmed Superman. Smoked salmon. Yeah, everyone likes different things. It's like, oh, I don't like smoked salmon, or I don't like livers, or, you know, whichever it may be. There's a lot of things, but you should try them, guys. Give them a go and see what you think. I know you might not like them, but it's always worth trying it when you're older. When as time goes on, your taste buds do change, and they do develop, and they alter, and, you know, you do start liking different things. So if you tried it when you were younger or a few years ago, try it again now. You might think differently. You might have had a bad experience with it, whichever it may be, and you might think, oh, I don't like this, that, and the other. It probably might be to do with you just had a bad experience. Not all the time. You might just generally, hands down, just don't like smoked salmon or just don't like livers. You know, it's, you know, that's cool. But just bear in mind, sometimes you do have bad experiences, and it can be tough. So. So what we're going to do, that's what it's looked like. Right, okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to cook down these mushrooms now as well with the onions, and then we're going to add it to the blender. We're going to blend this all up with the livers, and then what we're going to do with the livers, might help if I turn the heat on. Might help, chef. So I'm going to season these a little bit as well. Pinch of salt in there. I'm just going to let these cook down until they're like absolute mush. And then what we're going to do, we're going to get the caramelised onion puree on. And to be honest with you, I may as well start that now while I've got the onions here. So I can start dicing them up. You Experiences with food taste are like experiences with life. It certainly is. You just got to keep trying things, and you know, sometimes you might just plain down not like certain things, and you know what? That's cool. It's not a problem. But sometimes people have experiences and they're like, oh, I really don't like this, but the majority of the time it's probably because they've had a bad experience with it, or somebody hasn't cooked it right, or they've had, you know, whichever it may be.